Number 10, solve the problem. The locations given in polar coordinates of two ships are 7 miles, 44 degrees, and 8 miles, 104 degrees. Find the distance between the two ships. Whenever we're trying to find polar distance, we have a formula for this, and on the formula chart, you can actually find it, but they don't call it polar distance formula. They call it the, law of cosines. So any one of these three would work. I'm just going to take this first one. And that says a squared equals b squared plus c squared, here we go, plus c squared minus 2bc times the cosine of a. Now, when we come over here, we're going to call 7 b, 8 will be c, and to find the angle A can equal this angle, angle B, minus c. Let me make that more of a capital. So A will equal B minus C. And really, it doesn't matter. You can go the other order as well. So I could do 44 minus 104, which is negative 60. So 44 degrees minus 104 equals negative 60 degrees. Or since it's cosine, cosine's an even function. It doesn't matter. You could switch the order if you so desired, and you'll still get the same answer. You could say this is C minus B and flip this. So it'd be 104 minus 44. Both of these are degrees, and so we could use positive 60 if we so desired. So what are we going to type in the calculator? To find A, we're actually going to take the square root of all this. And so what are we taking the square? This is what I'm doing here. I'm taking the square root of both sides. So b squared, which will be 7 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 7 times 8 times the cosine of 60 degrees. That's what I'm going to type in the calculator. So we'll go over here, and I'll have square root. Let's try it again. Square root 7 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 7 times 8 times the cosine of 60 degrees. And press enter, and that's my distance. And just to prove you, what if we would have had that negative 60 like we did originally? Wouldn't my answer be any different if I had a negative 60? If I type in negative 60 and press enter, notice my answer is the same. So it doesn't matter which way you subtract angles. That's what we get. So our distance is 7.549. So 7.549 is what we're given here. And this is in miles, which it looks like the closest answer is here at C. They have 7.55. That would be it. So how did they get this answer? Well, let me show you. What we did here is reduce this by saying we have the square root of 49 plus 64 minus 2 times 7 is 14 times 8 is 112, I believe. Let me check that. Well, it would be 56 times 2, so yeah, 112. And then times, sorry about that, times the cosine of 60 degrees. And we'll do a hand trick for that in a second. Cosine is 60. If you look at your hand, that would be bending your index finger. If you take it, bend it, flip it, you'll see that you have one cosine finger and you have 4 total fingers unbent. So this would be square root of 1 over the square root of 4, also known as 1/2. So this is the square root of, when I add these together, I'm getting 113 minus 112 times 1/2, which if you cut that in half, we're back to 56. When I subtract those, I get the square root of 57. So that's how they got this exact value, and that's why the answer is C. Now let's try this one. Again, we're going to use the same formula. So A will equal the square root. Now let's label this. I'm going to say this is B, this is C, and this is capital B, this is capital C. And so I'm going to have 84 minus, this is defined angle A, 84 minus 18 degrees, which is 66 degrees. And so we'll type in the calculator is 2 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 8. This is the law of cosines. cosine of 66 degrees. And let's go type this in the calculator and see what we come up with. So it's almost the same formula, except this time the 7 is a 2. The 8 is still an 8, right? Yep. So we just change all the 7s to a 2. And the angle is now 66. And again, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. We should get the same answer. So I'll just hit negative 66. I'm getting 7.415. 7.415. And when I look at my answers, it looks like C is the closest. So that would be it.